Welcome to Fortune Tree. In this video onwards, I am starting tutorial on stock analysis. We should buy shares of any company only after detailed analysis. However, it is not possible to do detailed analysis for all companies. So, companies to be analyzed in detail are to be shortlisted. Let us see how we can do that. First of all, let's get familiarized with some terms that help us to evaluate the performance of a company. Assume one company. The company produces goods for sale. These goods are sold to consumers or customers. Customers pay for the products they buy from the company. This is the income for the company and is called sales or revenue. In order to produce the products, company has to purchase raw materials, pay some expenses like salary to employees, electricity bill, cost of machinery, etc. These payments can collectively be called as operating expenses. The amount left with the company after paying those expenses is called earnings before interest and taxes, or EBIT. It is also called operating profit. Operating profit is an indication of how efficiently the company is producing the products. Operating margin is calculated as operating profit divided by total revenue into 100, and it is expressed in terms of percentage. An operating margin of 15% means the company is getting 15 rupees as operating profit for every 100 rupees of revenue. If the company has taken any loans, then it has to pay interest for the loans. Here we should understand one term called interest coverage ratio. Interest coverage ratio is calculated as operating profit or EBIT divided by interest payments. An interest coverage ratio of 3 means the company is earning operating profit 3 times the interest payments. So this ratio can be used to determine how easily a company can pay their interest expenses on outstanding debt. Now the company has to pay the taxes also. What is left with the company is called net profit or profit after taxes. Net profit can be calculated from operating profit, that is operating profit minus sum of interest and taxes paid. Net profit can be calculated from revenue also, that is by subtracting sum of expenses, interest payments and taxes from the revenue. Net profit is a very important term because that is the money company gets after all payments. Company can use net profit for paying dividends, expansion of its business, etc. Net profit margin is expressed in percentage and is calculated as net profit divided by revenue into 100. Net profit margin of 10% means the company is getting 10 rupees after paying all expenses for every 100 rupees of revenue. Revenue and profit of a fundamentally strong company increase year on year. If revenue or profit of a company decreases year on year, or they are changing in an unpredictable manner, then such companies are not good for investing. Growth rate of revenue and profit are calculated using compound annual growth rate formula or CAGR. CAGR is calculated as final value divided by initial value whole raised to 1 by number of years. Then you have to subtract 1 from the resultant. For example, assume a company whose revenue was 250 crores in 2008. In 2018, its revenue increased to 850 crores. Then revenue growth rate can be calculated as 850 divided by 250 whole raised to 1 by number of years, that is 10. Then subtract 1 from the resultant. That will give you 0.13 or 13%. So we learned some terms which help us to assess performance of a company. Revenue growth, profit growth, operating margin, net profit margin and interest coverage ratio. We can use these factors for shortlisting fundamentally strong companies. Conditions for selecting stocks can be set as revenue growth for last 5 years should be greater than or equal to 15%. Profit growth for last 5 years should be greater than or equal to 10%. Operating margin should be greater than or equal to 10%. Net profit margin should be greater than or equal to 8%. Interest coverage factor should be greater than or equal to 3. These numbers are chosen for preliminary shortlisting only. During detailed analysis, these numbers will be refined based on industry average.